Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for April 2022. We're going to jump right in here, Virgo, and we are going to see what is going on for you this month. I'm not going to do a part 2. I'm just going to keep these part 1, and I'm going to clarify in this reading this month. But let's see. Definitely, I feel like some of you are overcoming a heartbreak. I'm pretty sure this came up in a last reading as well, but it doesn't look like that big of a deal, because I'll tell you why it doesn't look like that big of a deal, because I feel like there's you're already dealing with new love in your life, or there's going to be new love coming into your life in general. You have this card, this Libra card. It says balance on it. Everybody so far has had a card that really represents balance this month. I feel like it's because there seems to be like a limit on the energy this month for whatever reason. I don't know. It's just what's popping into my head. I feel like we are being given like this much energy is what I said to Pisces, but it's like I feel like we're being given a certain amount of energy this month, and I feel I don't think this is a bad thing, by the way. I feel that the universe is trying to get us to focus. You have the Ace of Swords here. Pisces also have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, like laser-like focus. It's like picking one thing and making it happen. And I feel that at this time. I feel there's that type of energy going on in the universe, where the universe is like, focus on this one thing, make it work, right? And make sure that you're balancing out your energy. You have the Seven of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords can represent a sacrifice. There's a palm frond right here, and palm fronds in the tarot can represent sacrifice. And there's an olive branch on the other, which could represent an offer of peace, but it can also just represent abundance or good things coming in here. With the Lovers here, and you have the Two of Cups over here, like I said, I feel like some of you could be experiencing a separation, divorce, whatever you want to call it. This could be why is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a card of analysis. It's a card of like looking and saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like if I invest in this relationship, for example, am I getting out what I put in? You have that Libra card there. Balance. Libra is all about give and take. It's a card of a cause and effect, right? So it's like if you put a certain amount of energy in, are you getting the energy out? I don't think relationships are ever truly equal. I feel like sometimes someone gives more, then I feel like it goes back the other way. I feel like as long as things are mostly balancing out, then I don't think we should be keeping a notebook and saying, I did this today, they didn't do anything, right? I don't think we should be doing that. But I think as long as, for the most part, there's equal give and take, then it's fine. But this here is kind of like saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, are you getting out of a situation what you put into it? You have the Lovers, and the Lovers is about being at a crossroads. So I do feel like you are trying to make some choices and decisions at this time. The Lovers really does say kind of like pick the new path. You have the Two of Cups here as well. What I will say is that the Lovers typically comes up around new love, like I said. So even if you're not going through a separation, this could just be new love coming in for you. The Two of Cups really says listen to your higher self. The Two of Cups, we could be having dreams, daydreams, intuitive hits. We could just be kind of like intuitively guided towards something new. And it kind of just says, listen to your intuition. Even if you're not looking for love, by the way, I feel like you're just doing something new. Next, you have this Wisdom card here, and I feel like the Wisdom card is saying you have all the information you need to make a decision, and, I don't really know what I was going to say there, Virgo, other than I feel like you already know the answer here. You have the World, the Three of Swords, and the Chariot. The World can kind of be a card of completion or wrapping up a cycle. It's a card of an achievement as well. So I feel it's kind of weird because I feel like this is almost separate. I feel like some of you are having a lot of achievements at this time. I feel like between now and the end of summer, the whole entire time, I feel like there are a lot of achievements for you in mostly work and career. So there could be like a lot of different things coming in for you in work or career. I like that a lot. You have the Three of Wands, which is definitely saying, like, if you want to have achievements in work or career, expand. Do things that cause expansion, like learning more about your career. If you want to get a raise or a promotion, again, making yourself more valuable by learning how to do your job better is definitely going to lead to a raise or a promotion. So, it's like, it's not going to magically happen for you. You're going to have to do the work, as I always say, but, the energy is here for you to get raises, promotions. I see a lot of achievements, it's not just one thing that I'm seeing in my head is what I'm trying to say. So, it could be like a raise and a promotion, or, it could be a raise and a certificate or something like that. I see like multiple things coming in here. But I also feel that the World can represent entering into a new world. starting something new. You have the Three of Swords, and Three of Swords can be a separation. Three of Swords is temporary, and Three of Swords is really about forgiveness. It doesn't say you have to, forgive and forget. It doesn't say you have to totally let go of a past person or anything like that, but it does say that removing those swords from your heart is just going to set you free. So I feel like some of you need to set yourselves free with this Three of Swords energy. I feel like you need to kind of forgive past situations. One thing to realize is that going this direction here, this first diagonal, you go down to the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups can represent stepping stone soulmates, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But in this row, you still have the Chariot, which is a victory. The Chariot can represent a change. It can also represent a little bit of mystery. He's leaving the city behind him. He doesn't really know where he's going, but he's kind of like allowing the universe to guide him. There is like a little bit of there are no cards that represent this, by the way, other than the Chariot, but it's like I kind of get this energy of like being very, like I feel like you are very intuitive at this time, Virgo, and I feel that there are, I just think that you could be getting intuitive hits that you're moving in the right direction. The Chariot is a little bit of a mystery. He has these two sphinxes in front of him. Those sphinxes represent mysteries. But he's kind of like trusting that the universe is guiding him in a direction. It's like maybe he can't, back it up with facts. Maybe he's changing his job, and maybe he can't tell the people in his life like why he's doing it other than a feeling, other than his intuition is telling him. Maybe he's leaving a relationship that everybody's like, why would you leave this person? It's great. But it's like they don't know what's going on behind closed doors, right? So I kind of get that feeling for you. I hope that makes sense, where it's like, it's like maybe you can't explain it to people in your life because they don't really understand like why you're making a change. But at the same time, I feel like it makes perfect sense to you. That's all that matters. Your life, it's not their life, right? Plain and simple. You have this Fair Woman card. It says dealings or relationships with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. Again, these cards like this, I'm reading for a billion of you. This could be a man, woman, any gender, it doesn't matter. You also have this quill. It says get back to basics. Like I said, I feel this month, for whatever reason, every single sign has had something about like the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is that, you get 80% of your results from 20% of your work. You have the Ace of Swords here, laser-like focus with the Ace of Swords. So I feel like as long as you're focusing on the things that move you forward, you're going to have a really good month. But again, I would focus on like what's important. I would focus on, the tasks day to day that lead to success. I wouldn't be wasting a bunch of time on a bunch of fluff, is what I feel like these readings have been saying. You have the Three of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Two of Cups here. Three of Wands, again, a card of expansion. I've been encouraging people to expand as much as possible. I feel like there is a very expansive energy. My problem is the energy. I feel like, for the most part this month, and also in March as well, even though we're, kind of getting past March now, if you're watching this in March, a little bit tired energy, a little bit exhausted energy. I feel it in the beginning of March as well. Is it going to last the entire month? I don't think so. And again, I'm going to do mid-monthly readings as always, and we'll see what changes. But I feel we need to do things that cause expansion, which could be like learning, having new experiences, traveling, moving, any of those things, making a change in our life. But again, it just feels like there's a little bit of a challenge. And again, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's just like we have to push through it. It's like if we didn't have any resistance, I always say, if you want to grow big muscles, right, you have to lift weights, which is resistance. So I feel like this is the type of resistance that we need to push through, where if we're like wanting to build a business but we're tired. I'm not saying you should be working yourself to the bone, like definitely don't make yourself sick and all that other stuff, but I think maybe just putting in a little bit of effort is important here, and just pushing it just a little bit. Again, don't make yourself sick, don't burn yourself out, but putting in just a little bit extra, right? I think that'll be very beneficial, pushing through that kind of lack of energy, as long as what you're doing is leading to forward movement. You have the Nine of Cups. I would say make a wish. Definitely feel like there could be a wish coming in for you at this time here, Virgo. And you have the Two of Cups, new love. For some of you, I feel like you already have this. For some of you, I feel like you've gone through a separation recently, like this year, or maybe like last year or something like that, recently, past couple years, we'll say. And I feel like you already have someone new. Good for you, is what I'd say. Looks like a victory to me. Ace of Swords, Chariot, Two of Cups, victory, soulmates, good energy. So if you already have a person, really good. If you don't, this looks like either a move, world, Three of Wands. A world, moving, or some sort of change, like going from one job to another, that, any of those types of changes could be the thing that leads to new love in your life. For some of you, again, I feel like one of those types of changes has already led to love in your life. So I feel that the Two of Cups can be a soulmate. The Two of Cups can also be stepping stone soulmates, and I feel like it's trying to remind you that if you're going through a heartbreak, it's like this past person could have been a stepping stone soulmate. Stepping stone soulmate is a person who usually, this is how you know it's a stepping stone soulmate. Usually, the reason you have a strong attachment to them is because they remind you of you. Usually, stepping stone soulmates are going through something that we went through like years ago. Maybe we had a money issue, maybe we had a problem in school, whatever. Usually, they have some sort of challenge that they're going through that reminds us of something that we went through in the past, and that's exactly why they come into our life to remind us of how far we've come. But it's just a stepping stone. The good news is usually the next person is much more significant when we, kind of have a stepping stone soulmate in our life. But let's see here what is going on for you here, Virgo. With the Seven of Pentacles in the world, you have the Page of Wands, new adventure. I mean, everybody's been getting these adventure cards. It's kind of interesting because I think it's super hard to go on an adventure right now, but I also feel like the universe is saying go on an adventure. It's like conflicting, I know that sounds weird, but it's like conflicting energy. Like I said, it's like maybe we want to start a new business, but maybe we're super tired. So the universe is like, well, you're going to have to find a way to at least get started. I think that's a trick. I think once we get started on something like a new relationship, a new business, or maybe we want to move, I think if we just get the ball rolling, it's like we're going to pick up a lot of steam. I feel like we're going to build a lot of momentum, but the trick is getting started. We have to get started to make that happen in the first place. With the Lovers in the Three of Swords, you have the Hangman. Some of you, I kind of feel both ways about this. Some of you could be leaving a Pisces. Others could be meeting a Pisces. Could be any sign, really. But I kind of feel like this is talking about a lack of progress in general. Again, if you're going through a separation, and even if you're just leaving a job, the separation doesn't have to be love. It could be you leaving a job, business. Could be you making some sort of change, like I said. The Hangman would really say too many sacrifices, or you probably had to make too many sacrifices in the situation in the first place, and that's why you're leaving whatever this is. With the Ace of Swords and the Chariot, you have the Three of Cups. I feel like there's a lot of support around you. Three of Cups can represent your community or people in your life. So I feel like you're getting a lot of help from people in your life, your community. It's also kind of like celebrations. So I feel there's a lot of happiness in general coming in for you here. With the World and the Three of Wands, you have the Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor. I'm pretty sure almost everyone has had the Knight of Cups. Again, if you're looking for love, could be a Knight in Shining Armor. The Knight of Cups is also your dream life. A lot of people have been getting these cards of your dream life, but the Knight of Cups, I'll put it this way. He's normally like looking into that cup. He's dreaming of everything that he could possibly imagine wanting in his life. He just needs to get started. It's like, will he ever truly have everything that he wants? Probably not, but he could get pretty close, right? As long as he puts the work in. With the Three of Swords and the Nine of Cups, you have the Knight of Wands, another card of adventure. I think this has always been one of your challenges, is the Knight of Wands. The challenge with the Knight of Wands is spontaneous energy. He is very random. And I think for you in particular, Virgo, the challenge is randomness. And what I mean by that is it's like Seven of Pentacles is your challenge, right? You love Seven of Pentacles, Virgo. That is your card, basically. It's not, but you catch my drift. It kind of really fits in well with your energy. Knight of Wands is the total opposite of your energy. It's like, maybe you set off to go on some plan where you're like A to B, but the universe is like, no, you need to go A to P, then to L, then to Z, then you need to come back to X, and you need to go to Y. It's like all over the place, random. And that could be a little bit challenging, where it's like you set off on this journey where you have a plan for your life, but it takes you all over the place. It's like this random adventure, right? And that's how I see your life. I think that could be one of your challenges. I think the more flexible you can be, the better in all of your journeys, your work journey, your love journey, your business journey. The more open to adventure, the better. With the Chariot and the Two of Cups, you have the Knight of Swords. Look at all these knights. 3 knights in the same row. That's pretty crazy. Knights definitely represent a lot of movement. And the Knight of Swords kind of says, don't force things to happen. I would definitely be careful of your card. Again, whenever I get the Chariot and the Knight of Swords is my card of a second opinion. It says, like, if you're, if you bring your card to a mechanic and they're like, oh, we have to, replace your head wiper fluid or something like that, that doesn't sound right, it's probably not right. So, the Knight of Swords kind of says that you need to get a second opinion on something, especially if someone tells you it's going to cost a lot of money. For some of you, this could represent like car troubles or something like that. Just get a second opinion, you'll be fine. It could be anything else as well. But no rushing. I kind of like the Chariot, though, in the Knight of Swords for momentum. And we were talking about things picking up steam, which it definitely seems like that's going on for you here. Top row outcome, you have the Devil. The Devil says, let go of anything toxic in your life, number one. Could also be a Capricorn coming in for you if you are looking for love. Wouldn't really surprise me with that. Middle row, you have the Page of Cups. This could be love coming in for you again. Page of Cups is also a card of your dreams, manifesting some sort of dream. And bottom row, Death card, some sort of transformation. Definitely, pretty obvious to me that you're going on a new journey, that there's a new adventure coming in for you. I think, honestly, very simple reading. I think the best advice here is to go back to basics. Like, in all areas of your life, there are just basic things that work, right? I feel like this reading is saying, just do what works. The Libra card, the Balance card, cause and effect. You have that Quill card, which says go back to basics. It's just going to lead to the most progress for you this month. But this looks really good here, Virgo. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.